Welcome back to Careful Boys. We're indeed very careful boys. And today, Joe has a question for Walter. Joe, take it away.
I got a question because off camera, we were talking about Walter, doing the whole dating app thing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh shit, you must have had different stages, obviously, each, like from like high school to whatever in dating. And like, what is it like dating that's different from now to like then? And like,
it's a great question.
Yeah, because usually like I'm assuming like when you're in your 40s, the type of people you have access to is different too. And a lot of people would probably be like starting like families, or they already on their like 10th kid or some shit. So like, how is it different like dating in your 40s versus like your 20s and shit?
That's a sad question.
Is it?
Well, 20s is like, I think more dating. You just
Wait, why is that sad? Why is that sad?
I mean, you pitched it it was like kind of weird.
Oh, really? Okay.
So most people already have their family and stuff. So like, what's going on with you?
No, because for me, I see like 40-year-old dudes that are like. Okay, so let me pitch it a different way.
Speaking as someone who found their soulmate,
no. Wait. Fucking Steve, you twisted it that way.
Fucking twisted. Did you not take it that way?
I can't have a family. I'm not like Bart with kids. I just can't do it.
There's guys in miserable marriages that wish to be single too. So then that's why I'm like, I don't get why that's such a sad thing.
not anyone here, but
Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, from the 20s, I think, like let's say 1 out of 10, they want long term. But like 9 out of 10, they just want to like date and see what happens. 30s, it's like more half and half, if not 60% want it like long term, 40% like kind of see what happens.
Mm-hmm. So like in 30s, they're like rushing to get married.
Yeah, rushing, but not everyone, but most everyone. Yeah. In the 40s, I feel like everyone just looking for long term. Now you talk about like people that have families, and you kind of your passive aggressive way of saying, hey Walter, you don't have a family.
Your passive aggressive way.
So one of the things on the dating apps, it'll say like have kids, open to more, or have kids, don't want any more.
Is that on Hinge? That's actually part of like your
Bumble.
survey thing.
They'll have it on there. It'll be a descriptor.
Are you looking for one of those?
Right now I'm on the fence. Like even a year ago, I wanted kids, but now I'm on the fence, and the reason being is because I watch a lot of TV, and so I'm sitting down for a long time. After 15 minutes of sitting down in the same place, when I get up, everything hurts.
Oh, your sperm count's low?
Hurts. That doesn't hurt so much. Except it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
So when I get up, everything hurts. I'm thinking, if I have to pick up a child, like a toddler,
okay,
everything's gonna hurt. They're gonna want to play. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna watch TV, like shit.
The energy
levels way lower now.
Got it.
And then also on top of that, let's say like when the kid's 18, dude, I'm like gonna be like Kane old.
Yeah.
Are you sure? How old are you?
I'm 48.
You're not gonna be Kane old?
Yeah, because
Dude,
like
Kane's like 70 right now.
yeah.
We're talking about Undertaker's brother, right?
I'll be like, I'll be 60. I'll be 60. Okay, if let's say I get someone pregnant now, and then they turn 18, I'm gonna be 66.
That's not Kane old.
It's Kane old.
Is it?
I don't know.
Not if you lift and get strong.
Yeah,
and shit.
if you work out, you do fucking like some CrossFit or some shit.
I thought Kane old was like late 70s on.
Dude,
Yeah.
not in this day and
I
age.
think now I say Kane old because I had to use a cane last year.
From what, fucking?
You're Kane old right now.
Rolled your ankle. Fuck
Yeah, I'm Kane old now.
At 40s, you're Kane old, bro.
Hey, it does change shit. My next door neighbor just had a baby like fucking 3 weeks ago. Me and him used to go sports bars and we'll just watch games and shit. And that cat has dark circles under his eyes, as fucking deep as it gets.
The first 6 to 9 months is rough.
It's wild.
But then it gets easier and easier and easier.
He's like, hey Steve, you want to go fishing today? Like, I need to get out of here. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's new though. Like you said, they got to get into the routine, but.
And you never know, you might have a fucking nerd-ass baby that just wants to read books all day.
That'd be so cool. That would be so cool.
Make a little brainiac.
That doesn't happen.
I want my kid to be like, if I have a kid, I want them to be a nerd until like they're like in college.
And all of a sudden they're like an NFL star.
Yeah.
After one throw.
So would you get your kid into football? Because you're a huge fan.
I would not.
You know the game?
I would not get him into
Because of
football.
CTE shit?
Yeah, I would not.
So all the chicks that you talk to, like which apps are you on? Are you on like the traditional like Tinder, or are there more like long-term relationships?
Okay, I was on Tinder, but Tinder, I don't care. Like honestly, and I don't know if it's true, but it doesn't matter what they put on there. Like I want long-term, short. Everyone just assumes, at least in my mind, that everyone just wants to hook up.
Okay, it's like evolved into that. Yeah.
That's the culture of Tinder.
Yeah, that's why they made the other ones, and people are gravitating towards those. Yeah.
So what are the other ones that are more like long-term and serious?
Like Hinge, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel. They're kind of more like long-term oriented. And I also think, like, to answer your question, like even more specifically, people in their 40s, like men and women in their 40s, it's all long-term.
Really? There's no like hookup shit.
No, like out of like maybe let's say 100 profiles, one may include like open to casual, but in addition to long term. So it'd be like open to long term and casual, like casual short
They're
term.
playing it cool that they're
So
clean
like the
as fuck.
casual can end up long-term.
Yeah, it can, but that doesn't mean that the ones looking for long term are only looking for long term, because they could be open to short term, but they're just putting long term. But a lot of them. Like they're like most of them, I would say 50 to 60% of the women will say, I don't want no hookups, no one night stands,
No
nothing
scrubs.
casual." Yeah, basically
No
just
sugar
like
baby
that.
situations.
Is it more I guess straightforward might be the word, but like when you guys meet up for the first date, like is there more like straight to the point, like this is what I want?
Okay, I got to one of the biggest differences between dating in your 20s and 30s and 40s I found on the dating apps is the straightforwardness of like, hey, I'm looking to get married, or I'm looking for something long term. I'm not here to mess around. And so the open communication I found to be not only refreshing, but way more plentiful.
Isn't that intense as fuck?
It is, but it is. However,
But people
when
play
you're-
less games, I think.
Yeah, you play less games. That's the thing. There's no games, so there's no like, oh, like do you like me, or like, hey, if you do this, that means you like me. There's none of that. It's just like, hey,
They're like, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna fucking die soon. Put a fucking baby in me.
I'm on 2 kings, lady.
pretty much. It's just like there's no games.
Do you like that more?
Okay, like there's. I think mild games it's kind of fun.
Flirty,
You just don't know.
it's cute.
Yeah. However, the other end of the spectrum where there's no games, that's also cool and refreshing too, because there is no like, oh, what does it mean when I don't text or she doesn't text? There is none of that. Yeah. Like if she's not texting or you're not texting, they both know. It's
It's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah. But like if you guys are texting. Now we know there's intention behind it.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna see what she's doing, or I'm gonna see what he's doing. Like I'm just gonna text, hey. There's none of that. It's like everything's with intention. Like, hey, do you want to go out? Yes, I want to go out. Yeah. Rather than like, do you want to go out? I don't know. Let me check my schedule. Oh, but I don't have my calendar with me. Really, it's not on your phone. There's none of that.
Yeah.
It's all just.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah,
to
there's none of
reconfirm.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now and then it's also it works the other way too. Hey, you didn't call me or text me, so I thought we were off. Like I thought we weren't gonna go out. And like I'm like that's completely fair because I should have texted you the day before or
So it's just more responsible.
Weak to say.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking weird.
But it is because you get both ends of the spectrum because everything's with intent. You have to. There's pros and cons to
Be
it.
very clear with your
Yeah.
intentions.
My dad started dating when he was like maybe like 70 or something. And he says like once they go, okay, cool, it seems like this is like we're like have some sort of chemistry. Like the first 3 questions is, are you in debt? Because if he's gonna like
It's a great question.
get together, he doesn't want to assume their debt.
Yep.
The other one is, do you own a house? Because he doesn't want it where if they don't have a house, then if they come over and live with him, and then like let's say they get married, if they get divorced, and they take half their house.
Yeah.
It's just like really like
Dude, life is so dark.
like questions that have like 6-figure plus consequences. Like it gets real. It gets real.
Is your dad still dating right now?
He's trying to get back with my mom. Is what he's trying.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's
Well,
trying to get out.
no, because I have a piece of advice for your dad. If he is dating, and if one of his questions is debt, he can get it. And they plan on getting married. He can get a prenup that would separate debt. So if they get divorced, or if one of them, if she dies, he won't assume the debt.
I see.
So the prenup doesn't. It's not just include about pay and money. It's also about debt.
More romance talk here.
Yeah, right.
That's maximum romance.
I wonder.
And that's another thing that's different when you're in your 40s. You should think about prenups. Oh. Because by the time you're in your 40s, everyone being boys and girls, they both have assets. Whether it's a car, whether it's a home.
I think assets and baggage, life.
You know. And then so people want to protect it.
Today's video is brought to you by Babbel. All right, check this out, okay? I know that all of you guys in high school probably skipped out on one of the greatest opportunities of your lifetime, and that's learning a second language. For me, it was Espanol. There's so many Mexicans in Southern California that I could have practiced with, I could have taken the class. It would have been great, and I love traveling to Mexico. It's one of my favorite countries, and I think I could have been better because I do hear like, you know, bits and pieces of Spanish and like words, and I do pick it out. But every time I'm out there, I feel like, if only I learned the language. But now with Babbel, that chance is back in my life again.
Yeah, Babbel is so easy to help you learn another language because their instructions are only 10 minutes. Like, it's 10-minute lessons, so it's bite-sized. It's not like high school. We try to cram all these chapters into your brain, and it's developed by language experts, so it's stuff that you're actually gonna use rather than just learning like arbitrary vocabulary words.
And with Babbel, you could choose from 14 different languages like German, French, Italian. They got so many languages.
And what's so dope is they have a 20-day money-back guarantee. So if you're learning and you're like, man, this is not sticking, I'm trying to do this right, and I want to learn another language, but it's not working, you could do it for 20 days and get your full money back. And right now, you can get 55% off your subscription if you go to babbel.com/offtherecord. That's babbel.com/offtherecord for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
They want to protect, you know, and then also you don't want to assume debt. Because if the girl I'm dating has $100,000 in student loans, and then it turns out like after 3 years we get a divorce, the creditors could go after me. We're married. And when we're married, it becomes one. Oh, wow. So a prenup would also protect against the debt.
Why can't people just
Sick.
fuck?
Yeah.
You can. There's an app for that too.
Yeah, there is.
But I can live and enjoy each other without all the extra shit.
People are crazy though.
Dude, people are.
You've used Bumble, right?
Yeah.
And that's the one where the girl has to break the ice with you.
Yes.
What kinds of things do girls even say?
Okay, so here's the irony with Bumble, is that when it started, that was a great concept. Oh, women make the first
Initiate.
Yeah, it's great. Guys are like, oh, it's fantastic. And then what's the number one complaint that women make against men when they message them? Don't do one word like, hey, yo. And what do the girls do on Bumble? Hey, yo.
Wow.
Have you had any like cool responses?
I have had one girl, I don't do well on Bumble, but the one, because on Bumble we can't write anything.
So what is it? Is it your profile? Is it like is it like you gotta have a good pitch or whatever?
Photos and your profile thing. And so if they don't buy into what you're writing, they're not gonna message you. But like on Hinge, let's say, I can write something to them first. And then they can respond to it or not respond to
You
it.
can start to sell them.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Totally.
Yeah.
But on Bumble, your pitches, and honestly, this isn't much of it's not much of a pitch. But if you're like good looking on Bumble, dude, you'll get tons of women messaging you.
Can you upload GIFs so you can show your
Your hidden talents.
If only. But yeah, so like I have gotten one message from a girl where she was like, "This is so awkward. I don't know what to say," and I thought that was really charming and really cute because she was very honest about like what her deficiencies were. Yeah, vulnerable. Cool. But like most of the ones, like if I do get a message, it's like, "Hey," and then so I'm the one that has to come up with something. So there's no,
Do you ever say anal?
Want to sit on my face sometime?
This isn't Match.com. It's not Match. This is
Have you ever tried ones like eHarmony with like they got like high success rates?
So I tried eHarmony years ago when there was big national commercials on television, and then they would do free weekends, like on long weekends. So I tried it, and their questionnaire is like 45 minutes. It takes a long time.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Went through the whole thing. And then
I've known like 2 or 3
FBI
people
profile.
that have like really good success stories.
Yeah, and the successors are good. So I was like, okay, let's just try this. 45 minutes later, I'm done, and it says, oh, now, and then there's the little dook, 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 like telling you, oh, we're compiling your matches. Yeah. You have no matches.
No way.
But that's also, the bank was way smaller before. The pool of
If it was like, you're gay, dude.
You're on the wrong setting.
Walter sees it, he goes, man, I guess I'm gay now.
The questionnaire says I'm gay.
It goes, now adding gay to permanent public record.
No, what the fuck? delete.
I guess my favorite Disney princess was Belle. That's kind of nice that I'm her.
And then if you're searching on the gay side and it goes doot. You have no matches. What the fuck?
Now I'm just screwed.
And then it's like, you're gay, dude.
Now I'm grabbing the USB cables, and I'm just oh.
Have you thought about trying it again or no?
No, I'm on them now. Like, I'm on Hinge and Bumble now.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about re-upping on
Have you
eHarmony.
ever done a straight up blind date?
I have. For Koreans, blind dates are big.
Oh.
You're like setting up,
How did it
friends
work?
and stuff.
Yeah, so like, okay, with friends, I'm more discriminate because some people, like, they're like, oh, you're single, you guys should meet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like those.
Yeah.
Those, like, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just that you're single. I'd rather, if it's through friends, I'd rather be, I thought you might have something in common with this person because of blank.
She likes the Rams.
Yeah, or something like that.
Or she likes to get butt rammed. And you like
That's pretty good. Let's go.
I can see where those two work together.
so it's like ram.
Oh, Rams!
You drive a Dodge Ram, just all the
Totally, yeah. Then-
Esther, she always brags about getting butt rammed.
Really cool.
That's the one. Now I would want to meet her like today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But like, and then when my parents set me up, I just meet them out of like.
Oh, that's the
courtesy.
worst, huh?
I just do it out of courtesy though, because I know a lot of it has to do with like it's their friends. So then, rather than my parents explaining why my son didn't want
To save face for them.
yeah, I'll just go meet them. I'll meet them. And like I've been on some decent ones. I've been on bad ones where like they've lied about me. So like when we part ways, they'll go, oh, like I think one girl was like, oh, he just wanted to go to a karaoke place with me, and I was like, so my mom told me, I was like, no, what? Like how did she get that? We were talking about where do you like to go have fun. And so she was saying, like, where do you go? And I was like, oh, sometimes my friends go to, like, karaoke places, and we'll just drink there.
Is that supposed to be like a sleazy thing? Is that-
No, she took it, for some reason, she took it, my guess is she just lied, because she wanted to get out of dating me again. She told her aunt he wanted to take me to a karaoke place. And, like, wanted a party, like, wanted to drink. And I was like, what? Like, none of that was ever said out of my mouth.
Karaoke is not known as hardcore shit, bud.
No. Because it's like, like what they call it, norebang in Korean, but like it's just, private room.
About like KTV kind of joint, yeah.
And so even if I did ask her to go there, it's like, and my mom was like, he doesn't even sing. Like, why would he ask you?
He's terrible at karaoke.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it is.
He can't sing
She
for
thought
nothing.
it was weird, But then like the aunt was like, can he give her another chance? So we went out again, and it was just like.
But it was because of the aunt wanted it, not because she wanted it.
Yeah,
Was
the
there
aunt.
an
the aunt wanted it.
attraction? Was there like?
She's physically she was attractive. Oh, wait, this is the part I forgot. So she accused me of wanting to take her to a karaoke place. I dropped her off at a nightclub because her friends were there. Like on my way home, I'm like, I'll just take you.
So she's like.
But then she turned that into.
Does she have that connotation with karaoke clubs as if like you're just gonna try to? Because they do. That does happen, by the
What
way.
it sounds like is, so if she wanted to go to the nightclub, that means she's ending the date, but she probably doesn't want to take that responsibility with the aunt. So I think it sounds like she's just going, oh no, it's because Walter wanted to go to karaoke.
Yeah, she
so
passed
putting the
the buck.
responsibility onto Walter.
But then my thing is how short-sighted that is because obviously the aunt is gonna tell my mom. Yeah. It's not like the aunt's gonna go.
It's not well thought out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she didn't like him, and that was it. No, she's gonna go, oh, well, she was saying that he wanted to take her to a karaoke place and like drink with her.
Yeah, they can't wait to talk about you.
Yeah.
If anybody, by the way, sees Walter at karaoke, please take a picture and fucking tag us. Because we're gonna call this motherfucker out.
Yeah, what are you doing
Never
there?
be caught dead at karaoke.
Dude, actually, the funny thing is, I haven't been to a karaoke place in a few years, actually.
Because of COVID?
Well, no, prior to COVID, I just kind of like I don't drink that much anymore.
It's hard to sing with the mask on.
Are you talking karaoke or karaoke? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm talking karaoke.
Okay. Because there's these karaoke places where it's basically fronts for prostitution.
No way. Well, that's a strong. Prostitution is a strong word. I would just say prostitution light. Because not everyone does that. Yeah, it's far and few between. But like, it's more like hostess bars kind of. Yeah.
You'll look through a book. You'll pick a girl. She'll come out, sing with you for a tip or something. You could go beyond the lyrics, as they say.
Oh, go beyond the lyrics.
In the United States of America?
But
in K-Town, USA.
I've never heard,
but
As Anthony would say, you're wild.
That was a good Anthony. That was a great Anthony.
that's you know what? That's a great pussy voice, by the way. I feel like
That's why Anthony Lee gets all the pussy.
Yeah, he does.
well, because he pays for it.
But yeah, the karaoke. But when a girl says like karaoke place, that's not really what she means. She means like the karaoke place. You know?
Well, that's a weird thing to be upset about then, because that's actual just.
Well, maybe it's insulting because she's a club chick and she's like, this guy want to go to karaoke. You might as well take me bowling, you piece of shit.
And that's the other funny thing with the club thing was that she was saying she doesn't really go out that much and drink, but then her friends that very night happened to go to a club, and was texting her the whole time, and she was like responding. Oh, that's another thing, fellas and ladies. When you're on a date, don't text with your friends unless it's to save you. Like, unless it's like, hey, I need an emergency to get out of this date. Unless it's that, don't do that.
That's a terrible thing to do.
Or even hanging out with their friends in general.
Yeah.
Because people become like such a habit of it, and it's like, oh, dude, Nick, we haven't hung out in a long time. We should go hang out. And then we're like hanging out, but then I'm still glued to my phone, and you're not really like.
Well, that's a bad example because Nick doesn't hang out, but maybe you could try that example.
Dude, with anyone else here. Yeah. Anyone else here, yeah.
Because Nick's already doing this without us.
I've seen him do this during jiu-jitsu. He's fucking just like.
I'm like, hey, who do you texting over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's the blind date thing. So like with parents, I just go all the time. Friends, I'm more discriminate. But I actually prefer blind dates better because it's just like you're meeting someone. There's no like judgment until you get there. Mm-hmm. There's no prejudging.
You get them live.
Yeah.
Speed judging.
Yeah, you're speed judging, and then usually you know pretty much like if there's chemistry or anything.
Are you good in the room? You're good in the room, huh?
I feel like I'm okay. I'm at least okay. And then my thing is if I don't feel chemistry, I'm like, let's just have fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I don't mean in a naughty way, but let's just have fun. Yeah. Let's just like hang out.
Be friends.
Yeah. But then some girls, they're not into that. Yeah. So they'll sit there.
That must be a drag.
It's really hard.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
What do you mean? Do you think they're like, are you trying to fuck me?
I don't. Honestly, at that point, once I know there's no chemistry, I don't even like think about what they could possibly be thinking about. But when they're just sitting there like that, I'm like, I'm glad that we don't have chemistry because that means
the pressure's off.
Yeah, the pressure's off, and then you're not a fun person.
Right. Are you in fuck it mode though? Are you like after that you're at Outback and you're like, let's get 3 bloomin' onions over here.
I like those.
Crash them together.
Let's have fun, huh?
Hey, if I'm not trying to press you anymore, let's get 3 bloomin' onions.
That attitude is what I have.
Yeah.
Like when I know there's no chemistry because there's no pressure. Yeah. And I'm just like, let's just have fun. Let's just hang out.
That's when you're at your sexiest.
Yeah. Let's just.
What's your
And then
favorite
she falls in love.
like date place? Do you have a favorite date place?
Besides
honestly,
Outback.
Yeah, exactly. If there's no bloomin' onion, is there a
I'm
date
telling
place?
you.
Is it a date place?
If I can't get 4,300 calories per bite,
No, honestly, God to hand to God. I don't know which it is.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do is eat like crab.
Oh, I love like boiling crab.
Boiling crab or like go to a crab place. Yeah. The reason being is because you have to get messy. Yeah. So there's no like prim and proper. So that part of your brain shuts down.
So it's more casual,
and it feels casual, and you can just start talking.
That's really
because everyone's got crab on their face. Everyone's got like greasy, like whatever, steamy hands.
Everyone's licking their
You
fingers.
can do the same thing. Take her to a shabu place and say no utensils.
Whoa.
So you guys got crab all over you?
Yeah, and you kind of mess. Like even with boiling crab, it's like the sauce all over you. And then
maybe
both
this is why it's not worked out for you. Maybe this is why.
Once again, your commentary is so penetrating.
Hey, he did it.
Penetrating.
He did it.
He's just playing off of his.
I put the period at the end. We got to get out of this video. We're late.
And that's why Leonardo has a 25-year-old age limit.